gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for a live match preview, a live lineup reaction stream because I've not done a video over the last couple of days, have I? I've been missing, I've been MIA. Sorry about that, I've been very busy, and I feel like I'll start the video with saying very quickly, just no matter what the result is today, win, lose or draw, I won't be here after the game. Going to be a bit of a surprise on the Ryan 118 side of things tonight, depending what you're into. If you keep an eye out on Twitter, you might see later on. I won't be here after the game though. So I'll be here tomorrow to review the game, and hopefully we're reviewing a win, but we're going to have to wait and see. Tonight, or today, this afternoon, sorry, we're going to have a quick chat about the game. We're going to have a quick look at the team and such, have a reaction, and have a chat with you guys, because wow, we have got we've been begging for change. We've been asking for Brendan Rodgers to do something. A lot of people have been asking him to hurry up and play two up front, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Rodgers is playing two up front this afternoon against St Mirren. There has been a change in formation, there has been a change in system, there has been a change in personnel. Today, we will be playing two strikers, and we'll get onto that in a second. Hello to everybody piling in, some of the regulars, some predictions flying in as well. Good afternoon to everybody. Alan, who's watching from New York. Love that. Hello. Hope you're enjoying it yourself. It's better than here. But thank you to everybody coming into the stream tonight. I keep saying tonight. I'm used to streaming at night. It's fucking 1:20 in the afternoon, and I keep saying tonight. Shall we have a look at the team then? Let's cut to the chase and react to the team. It was announced about half an hour ago now, but here it is on screen. The starting 11 as follows: Joe Hart in goals, Anthony Ralston, Stephen Welsh, Liam Scales and Alexandro Bernabe making up the back four. A midfield of Callum McGregor and Matt O'Reilly, which has a front, depends how you want to look at this, 4-4-2 or 4-2-4. I'm going to go with a 4-2-4 for the moment. Luis Palma, Dyson Maeda, Adam Ida and Kyogo. We have both Adam Ida and Kyogo starting. Yep, the two of them starting at the same time. We have two strikers on the park, and we have a bench with options as well. There's options on the bench for Celtic, including the returns of Yang and O. The bench is Scott Bain, Nicholas Kuhn, Yang, Nawrowski, O, Tomoki is back, Bernardo, Vata and Kelly as well. So a strong side for Celtic going up the park, I would say. Defensively, still that kind of, you know, we've got Bernabe playing, for example. It's a bit touch and go at the back, but the big part of today's match lineup reaction is the fact that we are playing those two up front, Adam Ida and Kyogo. Now, there is going to be questions about how this is actually going to work. Is it going to be a 4-4-2? Is it going to be a 4-2-4? If anything, you might end up seeing them set up the way they normally do, with either Ida or Kyogo dropping back a bit. It could just be a 4-2-3-1. Point being, there is going to be a change in what we look like today out in the park, and I think that you will see that kind of 4-2-4 approach when we're attacking the game. I know people will jump to say 4-4-2, but let's be real, Maeda, especially Maeda and Palma aren't wingers that tend to sit in a deeper role. They are advanced wingers. They like to be high up the park. We should be high up the park with a better team. Now, you've obviously just got to rely on your fullbacks doing a lot of work and doing a lot of defensive actions that might be called upon last minute if we commit men too far forward. Let's be real here. St Mirren aren't a bad team. They're a team that's going to be difficult to beat. St Mirren Park's a difficult place to go, so we need to be careful. We have to be cautious. We can't commit too many men forward, because St Mirren will have joy on the counter-attack if Bernabe's nowhere to be seen, if Ralston's nowhere to be seen. But I think that they will sit back that little bit, allow the wingers to move up and almost make it like a 4-2-4. But I must say that I'm delighted to see Ida and Kyogo starting at the same time, because Ida hasn't deserved to be dropped after his couple of appearances so far for the club. And Kyogo's obviously got that quality we're just waiting for him to tap back into. That means we don't want to see him dropped. I know he's been poor, and he got dropped for Ida against Hibs. But this is now an opportunity for him to come in and play alongside a supporting striker and hopefully make him better and give him more confidence as he plays. So I'm very interested to see how this goes this afternoon. I'm very interested to see how the setup will actually work. We need to play better football, and I hope that allows that to happen. As I've already said, St Mirren will be tough to play. They will be tough to break down. So that needs to be considered. But this is a team that should be beating them, despite, the fact it's nowhere near our strongest back four playing. We've been forced into playing our backup right back, our backup left back, and one of our backup centre backs. It isn't our strongest back four. But despite that, this is a team that should be able to play. And the good thing is, if we're playing 4-4-2, 4-2-4, whatever, and we do want to switch it up, we have got our options on the bench. We've got the likes of Tomoki back to come on and play as a number 6. We've got the likes of O back to bring on another big striker. We've got Kuno on the bench. We've got Nawrowski on the bench. We've got Bernardo, of course, on the bench. This is actually, for the first time in a while, I feel like a bench that actually presents us some options to come and change the game later on, should we need it. So we're looking decent. We're looking in a good position. And I think that hopefully it's a team that gets us over the line today, because this is huge. One thing that we've not spoke about, there we go, that's me. One thing we've not spoke about on this stream so far is the fact that this is the Scottish Cup. Remember, this isn't a league game this afternoon, this is the Scottish Cup. Which might sound like an obvious statement to make here. People know it's the Scottish Cup, however, it's one and done. There's no second chances. If you draw the game, of course, you're forced into a replay, aren't you? But we lose today, that's a trophy gone. And we can't sit here and say it's not impossible. We watched ourselves knocked out of the League Cup to the hands of Kilmarnock earlier in the season. It would be disastrous if we were to go out the Cup this afternoon, especially because the league title is nowhere near a done deal. It hangs in the balance. There's a title race incoming. Celtic aren't guaranteed to go and win the league title this season. We can't win the League Cup. That's done. That's over on the other side of the city. The Scottish Cup is huge for Celtic this season now. And if we were to knock it, it's a no replays. Thank you for clarifying. People making that clear. Thank you. It'd be extra time. Thank you. I've seen it right. Enough of you have told me. Despite that, if we were to go out today, it's one and done. And we can't afford to go out the Scottish Cup. So a big performance needed. Players need to step up and be better than they have been in recent weeks. Brendan Rodgers needs to get an improvement out that side from what we've seen in recent weeks. And then after this, obviously, we focus our attention back to league form. But today, we need to go through in the Cup. And St Mirren is a tough opposition to come up against. There's no denying that. So yeah, I mean, I basically think I've touched all ground. I think I can come on to questions and such, and we can just have a bit of a laugh for the last 20 minutes of the stream. We're all feeling confident. What's our predictions, etc., etc. I really hope that this new system allows us to get the best out of both Ida and Kyogo playing together. I think that it's good for Kyogo to have that support there, because he hasn't been able to do it himself this season. And if that's a change of system because of the manager, fair enough. But he has felt in isolation in games, and then when he has managed to get the ball in games, he's not really done anything with it. He started the season okay, but as time has went on, he's sort of tailed off, and I think he's needed that supporting character beside him, someone who can maybe, kill the ball with their feet and let him do the running, and Ida certainly has that in his game. But yeah, so let's get into questions then, shall we? Here's one of the big talking points about today, and it's the fact that Liel Abada is not involved in the matchday squad. He isn't even on the bench. People asking thoughts on Abada, no Abada. I'm not going to speculate anything because it's not my place to speculate. I don't know why he's not in the squad today. I would like to assume that it is probably an injury related issue. He's maybe not fit to play today. Of course, he is just returning from injury, so I don't know if there's maybe been aggravation involved while he played against Hibs the other night. One thing we can say is Liel Abada has been nowhere near good enough since coming back. He played very poor against Hibs the other night. He played poorly against Aberdeen in his brief cameo as well. I don't think it's enough to merit him being dropped from the matchday squad entirely, but who knows, there could be any reason why he's not involved today. I think it's something that Brendan Rodgers will probably be asked about soon. I'd imagine in the pre-match interview, or at least the post-match interview, he will be asked about it, so we might have an answer by then. So there's no point in me sitting here saying it's because of this or that. I don't know what the reason is. Nobody knows what the reason is. Brendan Rodgers will know. Brendan Rodgers will give us an answer. The coverage in Viaplay will be starting very, very soon anyway. A lot of, I see people speak it's because he wants to leave, blah, blah, blah. It's because he's leaving. He had the chance to leave in January and didn't leave in January. He's still here. Brendan Rodgers said he's committed to being here. So you can speculate it if you like. That's entirely your prerogative. If you think that it's because he wants to leave the club, fair enough. Let that be your decision. I'm not going to speculate nothing. It's a very deep scenario, very deep situation. I'd imagine today is probably fitness related, but who knows? We'll never know. Brendan Rodgers will answer soon. Thank you to Ben for the donation. Very much appreciated, Ben. Legend. Surely we've a right back in the B team that could do with an opportunity. Why persist with older, mediocre players? I mean, Ralston's not exactly old, is he? Like, he's still a young guy, Anthony Ralston. I couldn't tell you who the right back is in the team, in the B team, to be quite honest with you. I know that might sound shocking to you, but there's that many names that just come and go, and I don't watch the B team on a weekly basis. I think that there's a reason why a lot of people don't get called up, and it's because the jump in quality is significant from lowland league football to the top flight, or playing a team from the top flight in the Scottish Cup. I've not got a massive problem with Ralston being picked today, especially when we are thin there. Ralston will do the job. He'll be fine. So yeah, I mean, let's see. Ralston gives 100%, says Doc. He absolutely does. There's no denying that. And we can talk about Ralston's actual quality. Yeah, and I agree with that, Matty. I think he was probably one of their best players in the park. Maybe outside Ida. And even that, you can maybe argue better than Ida was more important. I thought Ralston was really good on Wednesday night. And you can always have that conversation about his quality and if he's good enough and this and that. I've always been very critical of Anthony Ralston because I think at times he hasn't been good enough. But one thing he is determined and always gives his best. So if you take quality aside for a minute, he'll be fine today. Who remembers Mitchell Frame? Thank you for the donation. And who does remember Mitchell Frame? Where is Mitchell Frame? I am adamant that he's better than Bernaby. Yeah, he's not even on the bench today. I don't know why that may be the case, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's get some more questions and such. We've still got a good bit of time. We're only 12 minutes into this stream. Sorry there'll be no match reaction, by the way, lads. I know you'll be gutted. I can't wait for the usual, like, if and touch hair would, whatever. Right, if Celtic were to get knocked at the cup, I already can't be bothered with the Rangers fans going, oh, he's not done his reaction. Where is he? I can't do a reaction. I am busy. I will be surprising y'all. Maybe. Well, I'm probably not going to surprise any of you, but still. Let's see. Let's get into more questions. Oh, God, there's a lot of things coming in. Yeah, Ralston was really impressive on Wednesday. He's a warrior. He's absolutely a warrior. Nawrocki being dropped is weird. Thought he would naturally take over from Scales second half of the season, not be fourth choice. I don't think that by the way, there's over 500 viewers live watching this. Thank you all very much. If you haven't already, please go down below and hit like and subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts. If you think Celtic are going to win, hit that like button. Nawrocki being dropped is weird, but I don't think for the same reason as you do about the Scale stuff. I really thought he'd start today because Welsh went off with that precautionary injury midweek. I thought they'd go, right, we'll play Nawrocki against St Mirren. And if not, Nawrocki's on the bench and Welsh again starts. Welsh must be, back to full fitness, must be feeling okay. The reason he was took off was a tight groin, tight hamstring, one of the two. So he must be feeling okay. He must not be feeling that same tightness anymore. Fair enough. But I really thought Nawrocki would have got to start today, Nathan, but obviously not. And I know people might have presumed that Scales would get dropped second half of the season, but he's not going to get dropped anytime soon. He's been too good over the course of the season to be dropped. I think it would be unfair to him. I did think we'd maybe see a little bit more rotation. But listen, everything's been thrown up in the air with the injury of Cameron Carter-Vickers. It's anybody's shot at this moment in time. Isn't Ralston 25? Is that in reply to me still saying that he's still young? Because if you're saying that 25 is old, I'd like you to leave. I'm 24 next month, right? And if you're trying to say 25 is old, leave. I'm not having that. I'm not having that at all. 25, young lad, right? Christ, don't offend me. Christ. How did Lagerbielke hurt to not even... Oh, who did he hurt? You mean, right? I see it now, Aaron. Yeah, I was so confused. Who did he hurt to not even make the squad? I'm baffled. I want to know what's happened with that situation. I really want to know what's happened with that situation because that's strange. Yeah, listen, they don't go off any of these apps. They don't give you the correct information. They're people who presume the people who do these apps. Yeah, FotMob and OneFootball are saying a 4-4-1-1. It could be a 4-4-1-1, but who's told them that? Because Brendan Rodgers hasn't told them. These people that are updating these apps are probably working in an office in England and never watched Celtic in their life, and they're just trying to put out their best stab in the dark about it. It's not right. They're never right, these apps. They're never right when it even comes to Premier League teams as well. So I wouldn't suggest it being... It could be a 4-4-1-1. It could be. But I'm just saying, never take FotMob or OneFootball as your source for the formation because it will never be right. So yeah. I'll be grey soon. Right, thanks. Right, can we calm it down? Well, I might be talking about Celtic St Mirren and I'm getting fucking slagged. I'm getting called old here. Sorry, when I started this channel, I was 16. The fact I'm 24 next month is quite disgusting, to be quite honest. I'm 41. That's old, says Graham. Listen, Graham, you're young as you... Listen, you're as young as you make yourself feel. You know? Thank you, Stephen. Pleasure. I appreciate that. Where was I yesterday? Where was I yesterday? What did I do yesterday? Did you meet me? I feel like I never... I did go out. I was out. But I don't remember... Oh, well. I don't remember meeting anybody yesterday. I've got a short memory. Anyway. We're getting too caught up on ages and stuff now, aren't we? Awata being back is good. I've seen a lot of people talking about the return of Tomoki Awata. Thank you, Aaron, again. Jeez, oh, so generous today, your second donation. But aye, Aaron Smith, £2, begging for Lenny's early 2023. We've been talking about that in our group chat. Imagine we got back into it, the old 352. Remember how good it was for like that couple of months before COVID? It was fucking brilliant. We were scoring for fun. We were playing. Greg Taylor started coming into a bit of form, and oh, it was brilliant. It was that 352 was outstanding. I missed that big time. I really do. Bring it back. Bring back Lenny. I say. Yep, my old age memory is kicking in. Yep. I'm going to listen. This isn't going well at all. Go and see now. This is not what I intended this stream to be this afternoon. I am going senile, I'm afraid. But that's it. How is the ball going to go from defence to midfield is my question. Cal will have to drop back and leave the midfield short, you'd think. Or Kyogo drops in to help out. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. See, this is the thing. We don't know because we're not at Lennox Town. We don't know what Brendan Rodgers has programmed them to do. I imagine that out of the midfielders, because if say we are playing a 4-2-4, McGregor will naturally come back that little bit deeper to receive the ball. And if we are playing that 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, then we will probably use the wings more than the centre of the park. You know, if the ball goes to our fullbacks, Ralston, Bernabei, they'll distribute it to wingers. You know what I mean? Like, the wingers will drop in to receive the ball from them. So it'll just be like nobody knows. It's a guessing game. We really have been thrown off by this team, but I'm excited for it. I think that's the main thing. I really hope it's successful because we need to play better than what we have been. Thank you to David for the £5 saying, hate to be that guy, Ryan, but I have a feeling we might be in for penalties. Please let me wrong. Yes, please let you be wrong, David. Thanks, because I won't even see most of the game. I'm leaving at 2:30. So I won't see anything past the half an hour mark, probably. So I hope it doesn't go to penalties. Aye. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But thank you for the donation, David. Don't jinx us, you bastard. Come on now. Don't want that. Go Niners, yes. Who we got tonight, by the way? It's Super Bowl Sunday. I love Super Bowl Sunday. I've been saying, spell the glove, I'm with you. I've been saying 49ers since the kickoff of the season earlier. One of my best mates is actually a Kansas City Chiefs fan. That's his team. And he's obviously been saying Chiefs all season because he's a Chiefs fan. But I don't really have a team. If I was to pick anybody, it'd probably be the Eagles, the Philadelphia. If I was to pick, I don't really have a team. But from the start of this season, I've been saying the 49ers. So I feel like I'm in now. Because I've been saying I think they'll win it this year, I'm pretty much all in on the Niners tonight. So that's my pick as well. I've got 49ers. But then again, I love Taylor Swift, so I would love to see the dream scenario of Travis winning and the proposal after the game. I'm such a Swiftie. Yeah, I don't know who I think will win, but I probably am wanting the Niners to win because, yeah, right. Let's get back to Celtic talk before I lose off half my audience. They don't care. They don't care. Oh fuck's sake, I forgot I was supposed to be a Colts fan. How far did we get? Hey, I don't think the Colts made the playoffs. Did they? I don't think they did. Not very far, put it that way. Not very far. Let's see. That was zesty. Nothing wrong with a wee bit of zest. Gotta be comfortable. Have I seen Bend It Like Bertie? No, I have not actually. I wanted to, but I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it myself. Awata is naturally defensive and frees up McGregor to go forward. Yeah, I think that we'll see Awata come on today, depending on what the situation is in the game. I think if it's close, I really don't think that Awata will come on. But if we're up 2 or 3-0, which is a stretch nowadays, to be fair, I think we could see Awata come on and maybe relieve that pressure a little bit, change things up in the attacking phase of the park as well, because you'll probably have to bring off like an Ida or a Kyogo to bring Iwata on, but then that allows McGregor that freedom to move up further, and Iwata does the defensive work. So yeah, I think that hopefully we'll see him. I want Iwata, McGregor, O'Reilly is the midfield three for me when Hatate is out. Yeah, but we'll soon see if Iwata gets back into the team soon. Obviously, very unfortunate with that injury that he picked up. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. Iwata, McGregor, O'Reilly is the most balanced midfield we can play right now, says Nathan. It does seem pretty balanced, and I think that McGregor probably needs alleviated a wee bit on a live stream. I'll save it if I go back to Twitch, that sort of question. Yeah, I think that Iwata would be able to alleviate that pressure on McGregor a little bit. He's having to do a lot of running. Shall we have a quick... I'll get back to the questions in a minute. Shall we have a quick recap for those who might have missed it? I mean, you should know the starting 11 by now, but just in case you did miss it, we are not far away from kickoff now. Actually, we are like 20-odd minutes away from kickoff. So I'll probably be wrapping up the stream soon, but we'll get a few more questions. This is the starting 11, everybody. Joe Hart, Tony Ralston, Stephen Welsh, Liam Scales, Alexander Bernabe, Callum McGregor, Matt O'Reilly, Luis Palma, Dyson Maeda, Adamida and Kyogo, with a bench of Bain, Kuhn, Yang, Navrovsky, O, Tomoki, Bernardo, Vata and Kelly. So that is your team today, obviously going with that 2 up front formation. We're yet to see what variation of 2 up front that may be, if it even will be a 2 up front, but anyway, that is the team. Let's get back to some questions, shall we? Try to just see if anything's any notifications or anything like that on my phone. Yes, right. Questions. Because somebody's saying darts isn't a sport. Grow up. Darts is one of the best sports in the world. I'm a buddy living in Australia. I think it'll be a tight game. Oh wow! Welcome to the stream, Ian. I hope you enjoy the game. I hope you lose, but I hope you enjoy the game. Thank you for tuning in, though. Really much appreciate it. Also, love that it's in Australia. That's nice. So Plank Ensemble saying that Palmer reminds him of Ryan Christie a little bit. I can see that, because some of his shots go fucking miles wide, or miles over the bar. As poor as Palmer has been, Kuhn was lost at sea against Hibs. Yeah, he had a poor game, Nicholas Kuhn, I will say. I feel like the wingers need to really sort of, I don't know, be instructed to do something different from what they're doing, because they're running into players, they're losing the ball, it isn't exact. Crossing has been terrible. I don't know what's happening, but they need to take them aside at training at Lennoxtown and say, oh, listen, you need to be better than that, quite frankly. Anyway, right, I'm going to wrap it up there. I know it's a bit shorter than usual, but kickoff is only 20 minutes away. I've got to go and get prepared for my big event this evening. So I won't be back after the game to do a match reaction, sadly. But we will be back in the channel tomorrow to recap it all. So hopefully you check it out then. Sorry there won't be any this afternoon. But thank you for checking in, for all over 500 of you that came here for this stream. Enjoy the game. Hopefully it's a good result. And we'll see what happens. Right. Cheerio. Hail, hail.